We want to welcome to Calabash Studios, Tasha Belle. Some of us may know her as Tasha Cyril.
Thank you.
We know her brother very well. This is like family to us. Tasha, welcome to Calabash TV and
Thank
to
you.
St. Lucia
Thanks
as well.
for having me.
We're having you on a day when it's pretty wet. It's a very wet day here.
Yes.
There's flooding almost everywhere. And your brother's from the Bexon area. We know what exactly that happens there.
Right.
When you saw the rains coming down this morning, what was going through your mind?
Well, I didn't think it would get this heavy. It's been raining for the past 3 days. I got here on Wednesday, and it started like Wednesday night. So the rain never killed anybody. So hopefully it, subsides by later tonight, and we could get some sunshine.
Yeah, you're here for a book signing. Obviously, we don't want this
Yes.
rain during a book
I
signing.
know. I would hate that, but everything for a reason, right? I'm pretty sure it'll be okay. I'm not worried at all.
All right. Tasha, first of all, let's get an introduction. Tell us about yourself. Who exactly is Tasha Belle or Tasha Cyril?
Tasha Cyril, Tasha Belle, it really doesn't matter. My writing name, though, is Tasha Belle. I am originally from St. Lucia. I moved out of St. Lucia about 11 years ago. Pursued my degree in forensic psychology. I got into writing about 2.5 years, 3 years ago. And I just released my first book 4 months ago. So I thought it's only right to come home to do a book signing, right?
What inspired you to go into forensic psychology in the first place?
So I've always liked psychology. I just wasn't sure which field particularly I wanted to focus on. And Dr. King, a while back, I was at Castor's Comprehensive. He came and lectured us, and then he was talking about forensic psychology. I was like, there it is. That's the one I'm gonna go into. So yeah, that's how I made my decision.
I mean, it was counseling as well?
Sorry?
You also studied counseling as well?
I did counseling as a minor, and forensic psychology as my major. So yeah, I did.
But somehow you went on to writing instead.
Right. So my writing doesn't completely cancel out my degree. As you'll find, a lot of people go to school for certain things and may not pursue it professionally, or in certain fields. I find that psychology is very broad. You can pretty much apply it to anything. Forensic psychology, probably not so much, because it delves more into the criminal mind. So because, it's psychology broad, I could really apply it to anything I wanted to. So my writing does have a lot to do with, not the mental per se, but it does have a lot to do with development emotionally and mentally, which in and of itself requires some psychological background.
Now, I read in your blog that when you moved to Jamaica, you live in Jamaica?
I lived in Jamaica, yes. I moved from New York to Jamaica for a little bit. So my writing really did start off after one of my experiences in Jamaica. Well, the whole experience. It was a little short-lived, but that's pretty much where I started taking my writing seriously. I've always been one to kind of write and jot things down, probably in a journal or something, but it was more so, it wasn't like, I'm going to start writing. It was more so a healing process for me. It was my outlet to, just let out whatever I felt onto paper. And then, I started reading and I was like, this makes for a pretty good entertainment.
Entertainment.
And I know, in the moment when things are happening, you don't see it as, oh, well, this is funny, this is hilarious. But as you progress and you grow and you look back, things happen and you look back and you're like, I could have never guessed it could happen. I could have never made this up. So, experiences make for good stories. And why not put it out there, especially if it could help somebody else? And that was really my reason for putting it out there. I figured, okay, I went through something. Perhaps somebody else could be enlightened from this and realize that, hey, I'm not in this alone, because people go through things every day. And we often think, man, why am I going through this? Why me? Why this? Why that? But everybody goes through stuff, no matter where you're from, no matter what you look like, no matter who you are. We all go through things.
But why you tended to keep it locked in a diary? This is your personal experience. You want to keep a lid on this until...
Right. Well, it could have definitely remained in a diary. It could have, because a lot of the stuff in there is very personal. You know what I mean? And it wasn't easy putting it out, but it wasn't hard putting it out. So it was kind of when I initially when I decided, okay, I'm going to put this on a website, my first thing was a little talk with myself in my head. Keep in mind, everybody's not going to be happy about this. Keep in mind, you have to be open to what people say. Keep in mind that you don't know what backlash you're going to get. You don't know how everybody's going to receive it and whatnot. But lucky for me, I guess, I really didn't get any, at least not to my face. I haven't had any negative experiences from writing the blog. I've had a lot of people approach me and like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened to you. Because, you know, people see you and then, you know, everybody has their own little conceptions in their head about who they think you are or what you go through or how you live. So I had a lot of people going, oh my God, I'm so sorry you went through this. And for me, I'm just like, it's past, it's okay. I get where you're coming from because you care, but I'm okay. You know, I'm okay. So it's been a smooth little ride after the hard times. So I can't complain about that.
You said you had a little discussion with yourself in your head at a time. Obviously, there are the people involved in this. Did you have a little talk with them as well?
No, I did not.
Didn't?
I had really not had, I don't mention anybody's name in there. Unless you really know me and you were close to me, then you don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And that's why I said it makes for good entertainment. Because it's like you're reading this story, which pretty much looks like it's made up, and it really isn't. But I did not have any real contact with anybody who's involved in what I write about, although majority of it focuses on me and what I was experiencing. So there's no real like bashing of anybody in there. You know what I mean? And I try not to do that because I feel like even though somebody may have, you know, did something negative to me or whatever, people operate from their level of consciousness. You know what I mean? And for me bashing you or me talking bad about you really doesn't add any value to my life or to the person that I am. So I try my best to stay away from, you know, negativity, no matter what somebody has done to me.
It appears from reading the blog, because I haven't read the book as yet, I'm just seeing it for the first time here, that you felt, correct me if I'm wrong, probably abandoned by your parents or rejected. I'm not sure exactly which word you used.
And that it's kind of, and like I said, it's kind of a strong word, like saying that I was rejected. It's not necessarily a rejection, like a blatant rejection.